I feel like people can do whatever they want in the game. Is it cheating?
The answer is yes.
Oh, that's hot.
Animal Crossing. Everyone's savior during a pandemic. The one game everyone was waiting for.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Now that it's come out, we can all stay inside and waste time with animal villagers instead of actual people. Social distancing from one dimension and then social attraction in another. Is that the opposite of social distancing? No. Is time traveling in Animal Crossing cheating? Now I figure since I'm an actual time traveler, I can weigh in on this. So for those who aren't familiar with how Animal Crossing works, this is a village that's set up in real time, the same time that you have on your Switch system. It's meant to run exactly in the hours of the day as your current local time. Things change amongst the days, so every morning something new will occur, such as a new building being thrown up, an upgrade to your house, a bridge being built. So these enhancements take place over the span of real days, and this is why this game is a little bit hard to binge. You can spend a lot of time collecting money, but there's a moment where all of that productivity gets tapped. And that's only a few examples of the amount of upgrades that depend on that day to progress. So a lot of the productivity and money making in the game relies on the passage of time. Now do you see where this is going? So a lot of people are changing the internal clock on their system to speed up time and allow that progression to move faster, so they can do a lot of things within a day as long as they are changing the time on their Switch. So players using time travel in Animal Crossing have access to items before everyone else, have access to certain facilities in the town before everyone else. They can see events that happen before anyone else. People are seeing huge grandiose buildings and things like that and feel like it's a race, which on the flip side, my point is, it's not a race. Don't feel obligated to time travel because someone has that mansion before you do. Just take your time and enjoy it. And if you're the type of player that's going to time travel anyway, that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to call anybody out on that, but I just wanted to give my opinion on this whole debate. I'm not a coder by any means, so I'm not sure what kind of block they would have to put in place to really stop people from doing this. But that's the argument on one side.
They wouldn't have put it in the game if it wasn't meant to be exploited.
How do you really solve that problem? And maybe people in the comments would have a better idea than I would. If Nintendo didn't want you to time travel, how would they stop you from changing the clock on your Switch? Do you set the clock independently in Animal Crossing? But if you were able to do that, then you'd be able to change that time as well, unless you were only allowed to set it once and only once, which sounds pretty extreme to me. So I think there was no way around it for Nintendo to really enforce you from not time traveling without serious repercussions on what you're allowed to do on your Switch system or what you're allowed to do in the game. In my opinion, I feel like people can do whatever they want in the game. Is it cheating? It is a form of cheating. I think it's a form of cheating. The game's not really meant to be played that way. But does it really affect me? No. I don't care how far people have progressed because it's not my island, so it's not my personal stake to say, hey, don't do that. You can do that, you can speed it up. If you want to get through the game faster, hey, that's perfectly fine. But in my opinion, I feel like it defeats the purpose of the game. It's meant to be played alongside your life. It's meant to emulate the seasons that you're going through. So when it's Christmas time, you can cuddle up and play Animal Crossing and enjoy Christmas with the rest of your animal friends. And hopefully your real friends too and family. But to weigh in on that controversy, I don't think anyone should tell anyone what to do with their game. But I also don't think that people should defend time traveling as not cheating. It's definitely cheating. You're getting items ahead of the game, you're moving things faster, your Switch year is 2060. If you want to speed up the process, I think that's personally, it's fine. But honestly, I just think it takes the charm out of the game. But while we're on the subject of Animal Crossing, I do want to bring up how ridiculously well that this game is selling. We have sales figures of 1.88 million retail copies sold in the first 3 days in Japan alone. This also surpassed the opening weekend for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, man!
Which is pretty crazy, considering the hype around Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is breaking records for Nintendo right now, and I think it all comes down to timing. Not that Animal Crossing is not a popular franchise, but you would never think that this is a system seller. And it brings me to a bigger point of what Animal Crossing is filling as a niche right now. I think this game basically marketed itself. People who don't even know about Animal Crossing are asking what Animal Crossing is now. The more and more people have to do self-isolation and stay at home, they're looking to things like video games to fill that void. Because people are bored right now. I'm not sure if anyone's on social media as of yet, but are being tagged in all these challenges for doing push-ups and taking a shot and drawing carrots and Pokemon. People who are not really gamers are looking to game right now. And we're seeing that with the Nintendo Switch selling out everywhere right now to allow people to have something to entertain themselves through the quarantines that are happening across the world right now. So despite all the gloom and doom happening at the moment, I do think this is a perfect time for Nintendo to really pat themselves on the back for a great product, because it does kind of just take you away from the horrors of the world, even for an hour or two. And it's not just Animal Crossing. Doom as well is reporting record-breaking sales for their franchise with Doom Eternal. GameStop made controversial decisions to leave their stores open as an essential product, but we all know they remained open to sell Animal Crossing and Doom, the biggest titles for spring right now, until Final Fantasy VII Remake and Resident Evil 3. So we'll see how those turn out as well, but I do think now is a great time for gaming. If you watch my channel and you're a casual gamer, there's some really high profile So if you're a casual gamer that watches my channel, there are some very high profile titles coming out. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Resident Evil 3, and you also have Animal Crossing and Doom at center stage right now. So that's all I got for this video, my children. Leave in the comments below what's going on in your area. How are you getting through all of the quarantines and self-isolation and social distancing right now in your area? Leave some comments below on what games you're playing, books you're reading, movies you're watching, etc. to stay home and stay safe, which of course I'm advocating right now. Make sure all of you guys are staying home and only going out for the essentials. And I'll be around to continue entertaining you through all of this mess. With that, my children, be safe. The prophet has spoken.